Money is on Blake Lively being wrong. I think she is 100% wrong. This doesn't make him a good guy. Doesn't make Justin Baldoni a great guy. Please do not think I'm a Justin Baldoni stan. I know nothing about him, and I hate 90% of Hollywood. But in this circumstance, I just think he's going to win the lawsuit.
Blake Lively's reign in Hollywood might be coming to a dramatic halt, and it's happening in real time. Her latest film, Another Simple Favor, was supposed to be a big comeback. Instead, it's quickly becoming a disaster. The trailer for the film dropped, and rather than the excitement expected, it was met with an avalanche of negative reactions. The ratio of dislikes to likes was so brutal, it's almost embarrassing. It got so bad that Amazon Prime had to shut down the comment section entirely, even amid controversies surrounding the rings.
Those who are not in the Hollywood world, what is wrong with her taking over the film?
I've never seen it before in my 30-plus year career in Hollywood. And an executive producer is below a producer in the film world.
The power. For those unfamiliar with the Hollywood world, this is pretty rare. Amazon usually allows criticism on their content, but for Blake's movie, they couldn't handle the backlash. This speaks volumes about just how toxic the response has been. And it's not just YouTube where things are spiraling. Over on Prime Video's Instagram, the negativity is just as intense. Fans are openly vowing never to support Blake or her husband Ryan Reynolds again, with comments like, "Girl, we don't like you," flooding the posts. But let's be real, this outrage goes deeper than just the movie itself. The controversy surrounding Blake is...
In fact, what he wants is a successful movie. He wants to protect the movie, and all through the text messages you'll see over and over and over again, him saying, "I don't want to hurt her. I want to protect her. Let's give her what she wants."
It's escalating due to her ongoing legal battles, failed business ventures, and now, this movie's disastrous reception. It's all hitting at once, and Amazon may have silenced the negativity on YouTube, but the internet's judgment isn't so easy to suppress. Once the internet decides to cancel someone, it's often a steep fall from grace, and Blake Lively's reputation is currently crumbling. Adding fuel to the fire is her very public and messy legal war with Justin Baldoni. Blake tried to step in as part of the editing team, undermining the work of hired professionals. It's a full-blown scandal that's unraveling before our eyes. The bombshell came when Justin's legal team leaked 168 pages.
She wanted to be part of the editing team. There were people hired, like human beings, actually hired to do the editing job, who had done work as editors. She wanted to be part of that team.
Pages of texts, emails, and legal documents, proving that this isn't just a he said she said situation. These aren't vague accusations. The receipts are there for everyone to see, and they paint a less than flattering picture of Blake. Even prominent figures like Megyn Kelly have joined the conversation, defending Justin and calling out Blake's actions as fraudulent. Blake's public image is rapidly deteriorating. She's being accused of manipulating the public, pretending to be one thing while working on an entirely different agenda behind the scenes. And Hollywood doesn't tolerate that kind of behavior. It's bad PR.
I defend Justin Baldoni in this lawsuit with Blake Lively because I think she's horrible and she's made up this whole thing because she tried to steal his movie. But he is the most overly feminized man I've had to endure in recent history.
And it's dangerous to a career, but it's not just insiders who are turning on her, it's the fans too. People who once adored Blake are now calling her manipulative and untrustworthy. One TikTok video calling her out for these issues was even taken down after it allegedly received a legal threat. With documents about her actions circulating online, it's becoming increasingly difficult for her to spin this situation in her favor. Blake has remained mostly silent through all of this.
Plantation Khaleesi is quite the nickname for Blake Lively. So he posts this video and then it gets taken down from TikTok on February 6th, right? And he told me that when he looked into why it got taken down, essentially they received some sort of a legal threat in the background.
Which is only making matters worse. In Hollywood, when you stay quiet during a scandal, people start to think you have something to hide. And as this legal nightmare continues, the stakes are getting higher. The big question now is whether Blake will fight back or if this will be the scandal that ends her career. One thing's for sure, this isn't going away anytime soon. If Blake can't turn things around, she could lose more than just roles. She could lose everything. And to make matters worse, another controversy has emerged. Blake allegedly started making threats, saying she wouldn't promote the movie unless she had full control over the editing and marketing. This comes on top of a long-standing feud with actress Anna Kendrick, which is now exploding.
Next thing you know, she took over the editing. She started making threats that she wouldn't promote the movie, that she wanted to be in control of marketing of the movie, that she would do nothing in terms of promotion unless she was the actual editor.
Into the open. Hollywood's worst kept secret is out, and it seems like Blake's struggles might just be starting. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The drama between Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick is now out in the open, and it's worse than anyone thought. Their long-standing tension was always obvious, but now the bad blood is so toxic it nearly derailed the entire Another Simple Favor sequel. Insiders are revealing that Anna Kendrick almost walked away from the film because she couldn't bear working with Blake again. And who could blame her? During the promotion of the first movie, the tension between the two was palpable. Every time Blake spoke, it was clear Anna was uncomfortable, and Blake's cold stares didn't help either.
An executive producer signed up to be an executive producer, and that's it. As the time progressed in this film, she decided that she wanted to be a producer. She started to make edits.
Hollywood insiders tried to downplay the friction, but fans picked up on it right away. Blake was initially brought on as an executive producer, but as time went on, she began to push for more control. She wanted to be in charge of editing, marketing, and overall production, creating even more tension. The icy body language and passive-aggressive comments were hard to miss. It didn't take long for reports to surface about the behind-the-scenes drama. Things got so bad that the director had to step in to calm everyone down, assuring the cast and crew that the movie was still on track. However, it's no surprise that the director denied any major issues. No one wants the reputation of their movie tainted by a public feud. Fans are already predicting that this sequel is destined to fail, and with everything happening behind the scenes, it seems like Another Simple Favor is on track to be yet another disaster for Blake Lively. But the film industry isn't Blake's only struggle. She also aimed to dominate the business world with her brand, Betty Buzz, which was supposed to revolutionize non-alcoholic drinks.
Everything he says is self-flagellating over the fact that he's a man, but he's, to me, is sort of the embodiment of what happens when you totally emasculate a man. And then she continued, she took that stiletto and stuck it in his heart.
At first, the brand sold well. After all, it had Blake Lively's name on it. That's often enough in Hollywood. But when it comes to lasting success, the real test is repeat customers. And Betty Buzz didn't pass. Once the initial excitement faded, so did the sales. Major retailers have quietly started reducing stock, a clear sign that the brand isn't doing well. When stores stop ordering a product, it's a major red flag. Betty Buzz isn't Blake's only business failure. Her attempt to launch a lifestyle brand similar to Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop was a complete flop. While Goop carved out a niche market, Blake's brand offered nothing fresh or exciting. It quickly became a failure that investors are eager to forget. The real problem, though, is that bad press can destroy a business. Brands,
when he was down there self-flagellating, being so sorry for anything having to do with his testosterone. And so that's what happens to you, right? You run into somebody who seems like a witch.
That once wanted Blake to represent them are now pulling away. Deals are being quietly cancelled, and some companies that were once associated with her are trying to distance themselves from her entirely. Blake built her reputation as Hollywood's golden girl, but in the business world, there are no second chances. If she can't turn this situation around, the empire she hoped to build outside of acting could come crashing down. Blake Lively's star power isn't just fading, it's rapidly dimming. Her image is in free fall, and it's costing her millions. What started as whispers about her being too controversial has escalated into full-blown panic. Companies that once scrambled to sign her are now running in the other direction. What seemed like a golden career just a few years ago is now unraveling before our eyes. And if Blake can't fix this, she might lose everything. Blake Lively's troubles just keep piling up, and now it's affecting more than just her reputation. It's putting her entire...
Who will take advantage of you and hurt you until finally even that kind of a guy rises up. Now, he didn't do it himself exactly. He hired a badass named Brian Fried.
A career at risk. The bad press has become a deadly poison for her business ventures. No brand wants to be associated with an actress caught up in multiple scandals. And it's not just the legal battles or Hollywood feuds anymore. It's the accumulation of everything. Her legal issues, the failed businesses, the toxic movie set rumors, it's all adding up to one massive PR disaster. And here's the kicker. Blake's team knows this crisis is real, which is why they are scrambling to salvage her image. But the problem is, once brands lose confidence in you, it's nearly impossible to regain it. Once the industry sees you as a liability, the damage is often permanent. Blake Lively built her brand as Hollywood's sweetheart. But now, she's quickly becoming Hollywood's biggest risk. In an industry where profit rules, that's the worst thing she could be. If she can't turn things around,
And he has badass women like me defending him. But slowly but surely, I think the male class is learning down on the floor, squirming and apologizing for being a man is not
quickly, she might lose more than just brand deals. She could lose her entire place in the industry. For years, Blake was one of Hollywood's most sought-after actresses. She had the looks, the charm, the fashion, and most importantly, the connections. But now, Hollywood is doing what it does best, turning its back on stars when they become liabilities. And the silence from her famous friends is telling. Hollywood thrives on networking, and when you start falling out of favor, even the closest allies start to pull away. Take Taylor Swift, for example. Blake and Taylor were once inseparable, but now Taylor is spending more time with Selena Gomez and keeping her distance from Blake. Rumors circulated about a leaked text where Blake referred to Taylor and her husband Ryan Reynolds as her dragons, a comment that reportedly made Taylor uncomfortable. And when Taylor Swift distances herself from you, that's a serious red flag. Then there's Ryan Reynolds, Blake's husband. He stayed largely silent as Blake's controversies continue to unfold. And in Hollywood, silence speaks volumes. If your own husband won't speak up in your defense, what does that say? Blake is becoming a liability not just to her career, but to Ryan's as well. While Ryan has managed to keep his focus on his own projects, like Deadpool 3, the longer Blake scandals go on, the harder it will be for him to avoid the fallout. Hollywood doesn't care about personal lives, they care about box office numbers. And if executives start to see Ryan as too closely tied to Blake's sinking career, they may decide it's not worth the risk to cast him. Would Disney want Deadpool 3 overshadowed by Blake's drama? Probably not. And if Ryan's image gets tainted by association with his wife's controversies, it could cost him major opportunities. Hollywood has a long history of quietly blacklisting actors. No public ban, no official announcement, just a slow, silent freeze-out. If Blake's career keeps spiraling, she could drag Ryan down with her. And for someone like Ryan, a beloved A-lister, that's a dangerous place to be. So is this the end for Blake Lively? She's being hit from every angle now. The legal battle with Justin Baldoni, failed business ventures, movie disappointments, and a public feud with Anna Kendrick. It's all coming to a head. And if it wasn't bad enough, her decision to hire a former CIA agent to manage her PR might have made things worse. Instead of rebuilding her reputation, it made her look desperate, and desperate is never a good look in Hollywood. Hollywood runs on relationships, and Blake's is rapidly deteriorating. Once the industry decides you're done, there's little hope of a comeback. Studios don't want the drama. They don't want the bad press. If another simple favor flops, it could be the final nail in the coffin. Blake's only hope now is a miraculous redemption arc. But in an industry that moves this fast, second chances are rare. And if things keep heading in this direction, Blake Lively won't just be cancelled. She might be erased from Hollywood altogether. Her career isn't just on the rocks, it's in free fall. The scandals, the backlash, the business failures, and the Hollywood snubs are all crashing down at once. The real question now is, can she survive this? Hollywood has turned its back on stars before, and once they are gone, there's no coming back. Blake's fighting an uphill battle, and she's not just dealing with the drama of her own making. Her movie is tanking before it's even released, and even her own husband is staying quiet. That's not just bad, it's career-ending levels of bad. But what do you think? Is this the end of Blake Lively's career? Can she make a comeback? Or is she too far gone? Could Ryan Reynolds get dragged down with her? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this Hollywood scandal is far from over. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest celebrity downfalls, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, there's always more drama coming.